I'm Andy, and I'm the founder of Grama Grass and Livestock. And this is Julia. We are first-generation farmers. I grew up in suburban Chicago, far away from agriculture, and really got inspired by the regenerative agriculture movement in terms of saying, how do we improve our land? There's desertification happening all over the globe, and here in the West, in our native prairie, we need ruminant animals like bison or cattle to help heal this land. And we came up with a model that fits well for us to be able to produce healthy land and turn land into healthier and healthier land, while also making healthy food for the community at large.
Like Andy, I'm a city kid. I was born in Los Angeles and transplanted to Denver. Previous to coming to agriculture, I spent years in kitchens. It's always been about food, and it's just been a steady course of working with food at the end point to now being on the side of producing it. And that was a really important departure for me personally, just seeing the state of our food system and really wanting to be a part of, positive change within that realm.
So we really focus on holistic management, which is something that Alan Savory and a few others really started discussing. Complex systems versus complicated systems. When we're dealing with humans or ecosystems, it's hard to really tell what that impact is. So understanding that difference was really key. I'm gonna open this up and there will be like some bugs around it. So you can see, there's a little roly-poly there. There's a centipede right here. To me, this is always so interesting to see. Sometimes we see like little mushrooms like this on the cow pies. Just there's so much other life out here than what we can see just standing, that lives out here and belongs. The grasses that we see all in front of us evolved with ruminant animals. These remarkable creatures that have 4-chambered stomachs that are able to digest sunlight and turn it into beautiful protein. And they do it in a healthy way through movement. Long time ago, there were wolves that were predators, and they moved the bison across our native prairie. And the bison would have heavy impact, think millions of bison on tens of millions of acres, and they'd slowly move, and they had the whole continent to move across. So these grasses were able to rest, slowly grow back, grow deeper roots. So we mimic that with our cattle using this electric fence where they created the heavy impact that we wanted to see on this side. And now that grass is already resting, already regrowing, still photosynthesizing, going through the carbon cycle. And on this side is what they're eating, and it gives them a full plate of food, and moving them across the county, developing deep partnerships with landowners like Keith Owen, who's on the property that we're on now, with the city of Louisville or the city of Boulder, a variety of different folks to say, what is the best for this prairie? What is the best for this land? It's about long-term stewardship. And on a larger scale, just really figuring out a path forward for first-generation farmers, for folks who weren't born into a bunch of assets like a cow herd or all this other stuff. And to do that, it's like the community of support, whether it's Peter and Margot at City Park, or whether it's Keith Owen, who's the landowner here, or everybody in between. And, it takes a community, it takes a village, and especially as we are seeing uncertainty at a variety of levels, whether with our government or whether with our climate or any other thing in between. It's about building community resilience and really getting to know your farmer, getting to know the products, getting to know our customer as well. It doesn't just go into some black box and get shipped across the world.
I think one thing that people really come to us consistently with is just like they're looking for transparency. They're looking for, they're concerned about how their food is being produced, and they don't know the people that are producing it, where it's coming from, and really being able to understand what the standards are and also have a relationship that is not just transactional. Working with food in kitchens, it's reverence, right? For ingredients, for the people that are producing the products as well. You're really trying to provide an experience. I know for me, right, knowing the person that is producing that food, knowing their story, standing on the land, right, where that beef is coming from, having a relationship with them, seeing the cows, happy, seeing the land thriving, that provides all the inspiration you need, whether professional chef or home cook, to produce something on the table, put something on the table that you're going to be really proud to serve, have a story about, and feel really good about what you're supporting. So that's what we're here to do, is to help regenerate landscapes and build healthy communities by providing really nutritious, delicious beef.